Hey there, everybody. It's B. So, I just felt really prompted to do just like a collective spiritual reading. So, this is a reading for people who consider themselves starseeds, people who consider themselves witches, druids, like people who just are on a more spiritually based path. This is for you. This is just kind of a collective check in I just felt like we should just check in. Like the cards had something to say, but I didn't know what message they had to say. They just told me they wanted to talk. This book also wanted to communicate Tales of the Menehune by America Vinapukui and Caroline Curtis. So we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to draw some cards. We're just going to kind of see what message comes through because just something wants to come through. I can just feel it. It's like my heart space. It's like the way I picture it is in my heart space, there's like this door, and it looks kind of like the Hobbit doors on the Hobbit huts in Hobbiton, but it's like a heart shape, and it like splits down the middle and opens up. And it feels like there's this energy just like pushing on those doors, just wanting to burst through and communicate. And so I thought, okay, I'll do it. Let's sit down, let's see what comes out, and let's just kind of roll with it. Let's try something a little bit different. I kind of did this before, but I had more structure then too. This is very, very on a whim. So here we go. Let's start with the Tales of the Menehune, because we'll read whatever pops up from there, and then we'll pull the cards. So starting here, what message does the universe, spirit, the elements, Gaia have for us? Pele came to Hawaii. Long ago, Pele lived with her family on an island of far Kahiki. She quarreled with her powerful sister, Namaka, a goddess of the sea, and Namaka sent tidal waves to overflow Pele's lands and destroy her houses. Held by her family, Pele fought the sea goddess, but was defeated. What an interesting entry. That kind of feels like... It sort of feels like collectively we've all been really working and pushing towards this big shift. We all know we're going through the big 2020 shift, the Earth phase or the Earth era to the air era, and we're in that kind of center burst of it all. And so I feel like right now we're all kind of feeling a little worn, battle worn, tired. We're all just kind of really feeling a little pooped, truthfully. I know I am. Since the full moon, it's just been kind of rough. Just emotionally, just lots of old things coming up, lots of things from past lives coming up, lots of just all sorts of gunk coming up. So it's been heavy. I've felt personally a little bit defeated, and I feel like a lot of us are kind of feeling that heavy transformational energy. So let's see, oh my goodness, what the goddess deck has to say. What message is there for the collective? Message is there for the collective? What message is there for the collective? I know there is one. It's just so interesting that it's that specific story, just this battle of sisters. So it's not even good or bad, it's just community versus community, and we're really seeing that right now. We're seeing lots of division, but what the sisters have to remember is that they're sisters at the end of the day. But like, if you know the story, Pele ends up going to the islands of Hawaii and finding her home and overcoming her sister. And so it is a story of perseverance, but it's It's also sad because it's always sad to see sisters fighting. Oh, there we are. Got inspiration and reinvention. Interesting. Oof, oh my goodness, everybody's jumping. So we've got spirals of manifestation, the sacred fool, heaven sent. Oh, we've got some major glare on those cards, but I'm going to scoot that up and just use that glare to help. That card's a little NSFW. So I'll just use that glare to help keep it suitable for work. Okay. And then we also have power of attraction. Oh, wow, you guys. There's a lot of downloads coming in. We're attracting. I've been hearing this concept of mere souls everywhere lately. Just like, and I've been feeling it too, like, but I've been using that term for a while with certain people. There are certain people I've noticed very much mirror myself as well. And so I've just really noticed, oh, look how interesting the glare on that card looks like the face looking towards this. But like when I'm looking at it, I can't see that. What an interesting perspective. Maybe there's something that you see, some hope that you're feeling inside of you. I know that there's some things that I'm illuminating too that are just for me. So I feel like all of us are coming into some downloads, some information, some inspiration that's just for us. But right now we're not going through like the full reinvention because we're still kind of getting oriented and trying to figure out what this all means. We are pulling in the lives we imagine right now. Like things are manifesting rapidly for people. We're in this hypercharged cosmic time and we're just really pulling in, like we've got spirals of manifestation and power of attraction, just like incredible magnets, and we're embracing ourselves more with the sacred fool. We're expressing ourselves more. Oh yeah, sensitivity just popped out. Our hearts are more on display. We're thinking, like getting lots of crown chakra. We're seeing from our third eye, crown chakra downloads. Sorry. We're seeing from our, like through our third eye. And something I've learned is that the way people see through their third eye is going to be different for each person. Like some people physically see and can see spirits, like, but some people see the messages with their third eye that other people see, but it's not necessarily like anything physically actually, oh my goodness, ask your soul, anything physically actually there. Like they can just see the messages in the small things. And that's very, oh my goodness, so many jumpers. That's very much, oh yeah, soul name. Ooh. We are in a time of drawing our truth to ourselves. We're in this time, it's like we're in this time of reinvention, but it's not completed yet. We're still in the process of it. We are discovering, like the soul name is very much discovering who we are deep in ourselves. We're unlocking all sorts of new information, and it sort of feels like we're stuck. Our hearts are feeling extra sensitive and extra exposed, and it's just like this incredibly uncomfortable feeling right now for some people. And for some people, they're experiencing more of the blissful side of it because we're all, we're a huge collective. There's just so many different areas that we'll all be on, but we're pulling in our true authentic selves. We're pulling in living authentically. We're pulling in true values, and we're bringing those down now. It's like really grounding in all of that air energy. So what's happening is we're moving from the air phase of the earth era, which is thinking materially. So thinking, I want this, this is where your thinking is. But now we're moving into the air phase of the earth. No. We're moving into the earth phase of the air era. So we're moving into this time where we're valuing intellectualism, where we're valuing ideas, uniqueness, creativity so much more. And this is the kind of energy we're in. It's actually starting, because how it starts is just like with the chakras, you move down. So you have it cosmically up here in the cosmos, in the higher spiritual realms. And then we get the ideas in our crown chakra. We start to get guided there by spirit. We start to feel this change pulling us, this power of attraction pulling us towards it. We start to go on this journey of manifestation with the spirals of manifestation. And as we start to trust that and live more authentically in ourselves, we start to discover truths about ourselves. We start to move up the chakra system and down the chakra system at the same time. And I just say chakra system because it's the most familiar. Like in Hawaiian, we have our picos. And it's not 7 of them, but they're like in different locations. But like you can see throughout many cultures, the energy centers of the body. So your energy centers. As you pull down the divine ideas and manifestation and you're pulling up by manifesting, you start taking the actions to make it happen. You start to really bring up this into yourself. As you come into this, it's like this divine spiral of manifestation. And we are coming to a point where it's inspiring us, where it's really starting to come in. So we're really getting to like closer and closer. It's like it's been heaven sent. It's been to the crown chakras, and it's in this power of attraction and this sensitivity. So you're feeling it. And then it's also this creative inspiration. So you can see how it's like moving down from the mind to the heart. So moving down here and then also moving up through this red of this root chakra, asking your soul, feeling connected to yourself and rooted in who you are, and inspiring you. So you're going from this root chakra to this creative chakra, and we're bringing them towards each other, but they're not. We're still in that process. Is where we're just still there, which is why reinvention is in reverse. Because it is in the process of happening. And just like with the start of that story, that was the very beginning of that story. Pele was feeling tired. She was feeling defeated. She was feeling, I just don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know if I can make it. Pardon me. My throat is very dry. I really do need to get some water. But it's just, we are in that space where I feel like a lot of us are feeling fatigued from this whole creative process that we're in. Let me see what the fairies have to add for us, because they really wanted to come out. I just felt them. They've been so much more, they've been very talkative lately. I feel like a lot of my spiritual connections that I have that usually are a little bit more quiet have been piping up quite a bit more recently. Oh, there goes one. Come back, my friend. Ah, Gawacha. Hello, my friend. That card always looks scared to me. Mickle and Muckle. Okay. And then, are there any more messages from the fairies? Any more messages from the fairies? Nope. Okay. So I'm going to pull my little book out for them. It's been a while since these two have visited me, but the vibe I get, oh, it opened up right to it. Thank you, my friends. Sudden shock, unexpected events, rude awakenings. Okay, so I know a lot of us have been going through what feels like some tower moments. I'm going to move all these down because it's like way high up there and it looks weird and not very straight. I feel like I spend half my time adjusting. Sorry, guys. Thank you for bearing with me and being so kind and patient. Okay, there we go. But Gawacha, And so, sudden shock, unexpected events, rude awakenings. Oh, listen to this, you guys. Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been reading that wrong. Embarrassing. Anyway, moving forward. Gotcha in a reading speaks to us of sudden, often violent breakdowns of existing structures, habits, patterns, and or attitudes. When we become too tightly confined by our own self-imposed limitations, including the desire for comfort and security, Gotcha kindly breaks the structure restraining us, whether we think we want him to or not. On a soul level, we know this to be necessary, but in our everyday thoughts, we usually get pretty upset about it. However, breakdown can lead to breakthrough. This is liberation, and we often haven't a clue what to do with it. This is usually the beginning of a period of confusion, even disorientation while we search for a way forward. Although we may think we're simply searching for a way back to what we had before. Recommendation: do not try to pick up the pieces and put them back like they were. Consider instead what you would like to build in that part of your life. And this time, remember to leave room for growth. If Gotcha may be the perfect card for this time in the whole collective of the world. All these structures are changing, and as we go through this process of manifestation, we're changing. This sacred fool and Gotcha ask us to roll with it, for lack of better terms. They ask us really to embrace this change the best we can. Like, do we want to go back to those old things? They were broken down for a reason. And we as a more spiritual community are helping to bring in these new ideas and these new concepts. But like I said right before I read that, I feel like a lot of us are just tired. We're all feeling like the fatigue of transformation. That's really what it is just transformative fatigue. And we're inspired and we see where we want to go. But we also are just feeling just exhausted and a little bit blocked. So, mickle a muckle. Everyday blessings play mixed blessings. Oh, yep. I'm so sorry. Lighten up. What is needed here is the benefit of a childlike trusting heart and childlike wisdom, seeing directly into the true nature of things. Don't complicate matters. What you see is what you get. Don't look for hidden and subtle meanings and motivations because they are not there in this case. Go to the heart of the matter, the simple core hidden behind complexities. Don't be so caught up in thinking about the future that you can't see what is happening now. Welcome adventure into your life. Try something you've never done before, and take time to play with Mickle before you turn into a grumpy glump or a worn-out Wurg. For me, that's very much us learning to really get to the heart of matters. We're really not we're moving into this time where we're valuing this authenticity and this living authentically and this heart-centered thing, person-to-person, soul-to-soul connection. And we as a more spiritual collective are really bringing down that idea. We are participating with Gotcha. We are I almost said spiritual warriors, but that just feels weird to say, but it also feels like what it is. But it's not like warriors, and we're standing up for different rights. We're really standing up for a more heart-spaced world instead of a material world. And so there's this breakdown happening, and we're seeing all this conflict around us, and it can get really heavy. It's just really hard sometimes. And so we're reminded to have fun, to play, to really tap into ourselves and our inner heart, because that's what we're bringing. It's hard and it's scary, but we're really meant to help usher it in, seeing directly to the true nature of things. For me, small talk anymore is just so hard because all I really want to do is I want to connect with people on soul levels anymore. I want to be like, what do you think about the universe? Share your ideas with me. This, and it's so much, the connections I feel that we are seeking are more heart-centered. We can see through to the heart of matters easier. We are awakening to these gifts that we have to be able to see into the hearts of other people, to see their true nature behind all the money, greed, power, whatever. We're starting to really see each other, truly see each other behind all of the facades, behind all of the drama. And this process is not easy because then we see each other. But that's for people who are paying attention. That's for people who are watching. And I feel like if you chose to watch this video, you've been kind of following that path. Like I said, this is for the more spiritual crew out there, the spiritual collective. We're seeing a time of great change. We're able to see through the hearts of the matters. And it's hard and it's exhausting. We are in the process of that reinvention, but we aren't done yet. This is card 49, almost 50, but we do have card 1. Oh my gosh, if I get into the numbers, it'll get too crazy. Shoo, little buddy. But it's beautiful and chaotic and painful, and you're just really called to tune in to you, your divine gifts, your divine inspiration. Each of us are, corny. We're all unique. We really are. And like I said, that felt really corny to say, but it's just true. I have gifts that some people don't have. So many people have gifts that I don't have. And through sharing our gifts, living authentically, being vulnerable with other people, really being that example of vulnerability, we're able to help usher in that era. We're able to help usher in the time of grounding these ideas, this creativity, this passion, this heart-centered way of being. We are moving into a new era, and we are moving the collective energies up that pole of the great cosmic plasma burst. And it's this beautiful divine creation. And you guys, I know we're tired, but we're almost there. We just have to remain in our hearts and ground even more there. I feel like it almost feels like a form of resistance to live as authentically as we're being called to, because it's just so different from the systems that were. And by us doing that, we're helping Gotcha in breaking down the system. We are helping to create this more childlike, directly to the heart way of being in this world. My friends, it is exhausting, but we are in that process. We just went through an incredible eclipse season. We still have retrogrades going. It's been an incredibly astrologically bonkers year, you guys, and all of that energy is launching us forward. So this whole transformation feels so big because it is. Because this is a time where if we choose to harness our true authentic voices and to share these gifts with the world, we'll just burst forward with the energy provided by the cosmos. It's like that additional special sauce in a new recipe or something. It's giving us that extra go. This is beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that I was able to share this message with you. And if you guys are feeling this, leave your stories down below. I know I'm exhausted. It's been an incredibly enlightening week since just that last eclipse and that last full moon. Just whoo! I've just been feeling very raw, very vulnerable, very sensitive. My whole world, like this reading just felt like it. I realized that all this crumbling, all these tower moments that I've been having, I've been manifesting. I've asked for them. I asked for my third eye to be open more. I asked to be able to see things clearer. And it was given to me, and I did not expect how it was coming. But it's beautiful. But it is shocking, and it does take time to integrate it. And so we're in that time of integrating and grounding. And then we'll be able to fully go through this reinvention. Thank you so much, guys. That's really it. I hope you liked this reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. See you next time.